Ready? It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, folks, we're here at the RISO booth at Print United 2024. What an amazing event. I wanted to spend some time with my friends from RISO, and I'll have to tell you right off the bat. Yesterday, I'm looking at Andre over here counting up some orders. It is really amazing when you go to an event, you can bring your customers, show all of your goods, have all your experts on hand, and actually generate business. So kudos to you all for generating business. But I want to sit here and talk to my friends from RISO a little bit. What's going on at RISO? And today with me, we have Toshi and we have Naka. And Naka is the president here in the U.S. And let's just start out with you, Naka. How are things going at RISO?
Yeah.
And let's look at 2024. What are your expectations?
Oh yeah. This fiscal year, so far, it's very good. Yeah, because we have the Vargas, the product launched a few years ago. Yeah, and so it's the Vargas sales this fiscal year amazing. Yeah, because our product fit transactional printing market. Yeah, I think it's growing, and we have many opportunities to install our product, especially Vargas. So the Vargas product can generate big profit for us. So we are so good. Now we are focusing on selling the Vargas and to penetrate transactional printing market more. And so we will continue to keep this strategy. And so we try to create more profit and we will become more profitable.
Well, you guys do pretty good with your profit. You know me, I like to go through those financials. And,
Yeah.
You know, I think at one point I compared you to an OEM that was doing billions of dollars in revenue.
Yeah.
But if you looked at what they did over a period of years and then you compared it to your operating profit just for 1 year, you guys were actually, doing really well.
I'm glad you pick up that point.
Yeah. And you are, let's be honest, you're one of the smaller OEMs from a revenue standpoint, but you're very verticalized. And a lot of people, I think, when they think about, RISO, they think about their granddad's duplicator in the school. And, we've come a long way since then. The Valasus that you mentioned is a phenomenal product. And tell me a little bit about the Valasus and why it's a better option than if you were to buy, there's a lot of inkjet products in the marketplace, and they can deliver awesome color in a production environment. But if you're just going to do transactional documents, invoices, stuff that people are going to throw away, tell us the difference in why the value add for the Valasus is a much better value add.
Okay, so firstly, the Vargas is inkjet technology, is a printer, and now the time is changing, so market is changing. For instance, 10 years ago, the customer likes a bigger printer, but especially after the COVID, the customer has less budget for investing the printer or the supply, so they have more affordable the printer or devices. So also looking at the application, the customer's printing job as more short-run job, so short-run length, so that fits the Vargas.
Well, the short runs, and there's good and bad. So a lot of our short runs are coming from it's really displacement growth. There was massive volumes, and people were using really expensive, massive equipment. A lot of that volume is dropping, which positions you guys to take advantage of that. Number one, and at the end of the day, the revenue from the ink and the profitability from the ink, as you just mentioned, is pretty phenomenal. So the dealers are still trying to struggle between toner and ink, and they're used to doing a click and the customer buying their own ink, and at the end of the day, it really should be about profitability, in my opinion. Andre, I want to go over to you. So you have this dealer network, you got your team out here. We had some customers come in, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So in the marketplace, in our BTA channel, friends, if you will, how are you doing with your growth with the dealers, and are you still looking for dealers?
We're constantly looking for dealers. In fact, with the inkjet opportunity growing the way it is, many dealers are now looking for us. You were talking about the short run. We had one printer in here yesterday, and they were talking about how in 2017 they did 72 million impressions on 4,200 jobs. In 2023, last year, they did 61 million impressions on 8,300 jobs. That is double the number of jobs because of the jobs are getting shorter in run length, and he flat out said, it's killing us. I've had to hire more people to handle all these, twice the number of jobs, and it's killing my bottom line. And so they have to transition from a model which was the one big printer to multiple smaller devices like RISO, where they have 4 or 5 RISOs running 4 or 5 multiple jobs at the same time. That's productivity, and our devices can do 1 million a day if they had to. So it's a really nice fit for where the market is today.
We talk a lot about inkjet. I do it on the show about how its serviceability is so much better than that of laser. I mean, you'd have to be. I mean, it's just true. So
yeah, it is true.
So the question is, are we getting that message across to the dealers? Are the dealers looking at the serviceability as a cost, or are they still focused on this toner ink nonsense? And I know you probably don't want to say something bad about your dealers, but more from a perspective when you're in the marketplace and you're talking to a dealer, if they don't factor in the damn service, the check time to and from and belly in front of the machine, they're missing the boat.
So that's an excellent question, and if they're not getting it, I'll say it's our fault, right? We're the ones responsible for getting that message out. But I can tell you, and a lot of people watch these episodes you put forth, we have one of our Balas's units has 460 million copies on it. It's 3 years old.
That's crazy.
And the customer has spent about $250,000 in parts. Now, when you do that math, there are 4 zeros before you get to that 5th decimal point. It's like taking a penny and cutting it up in 5 pieces. That one slither of a penny is how much it is costing them on parts. There's no heat in our technology. It is oil-based ink, so there's no decurler needed, no dryer. It's a fantastic technology, and so we just need to do a better job of getting that message across. That profitability bit, which I know you're big on profits, right? You've made that clear to get that message across to our dealers.
Because it is important. I mean, when I was working with our friends at Nextair years ago, and you look at the data, and the first call effectiveness, was averaging in the United States here, and his group of dealers, it was like 46%. It's probably not much more today if they're honest about it. And a lot of the cost was the to and from. They didn't have the part.
Right.
So you got a lot less parts. You probably can keep car stock a lot easier with inkjet technology.
Or parts lockers. Some of our customers have parts lockers so that technicians can access those parts on the spot.
So, Naki, this goes to you. So, 500 million. When you going to 750? I want you guys to be at 750 million. I want to do an episode and say RISO is at 750 million dollars. When do we realistically think that's possible?
Yeah. I think, it's a big goal. Yeah, but of course, so in this show, some R&D guys from Japan come here, so because they try to develop the new product. But this year, so we bought Inkjet campaign.
Okay.
Yeah, that's amazing for us. Every day, so our R&D guys, they will develop, invent the new product more and more. Yeah, that means we will have many options and to penetrate the new market. Yeah, so I can believe so we can achieve the big goal.
Okay, we'll give you to 2029. That's we might have to up that a little bit. We'll change that. Toshi, I got to ask you a question. Are you ever going to have business inkjet technology that maybe you could compete with the folks like Epson as an example?
Yeah.
Are you going to have so we have the production stuff. Can we see a 40 or 50 page a minute RISO inkjet in the MFP style in an office one day?
Probably, possibly yes, but personally I don't think that's not what we need. So we are more focused on the production line.
And I would tell you this, if I had a guess, the answer would probably be no. And the reason why is because they're very focused, they're very disciplined, and they stick in their niche. So
also, on top of that, so our resource history, our strength is a printing speed, affordable, good, sustainable, and stable printing feeding path. That is our strength. So to do that, I don't think the office world, the office market, 40 or 50 ppm is not our.
well, the good news is that you're taking advantage of a decline in print volume at the higher end. The decline is still a big number, and we have a decline in business. So it's an interesting, why do we want to play there? It makes a lot of sense to me. So we'll let you off the hook on that one. You guys want to add anything before we end this?
If I might,
Yeah.
right? You were talking about the orders we signed. So far, day one, we have 25 signed orders, including one Valisys.
Sweet.
So that was just a 1 day total. The RISO folks that come here, the customers that come into our booth, because of the price point of the technology, it's fairly easy for those customers looking to get into inkjet or looking to add inkjet to look at a RISO and say, this is affordable, let's buy one, let's buy two, and this show always allows for that. So we typically have 3 very good days. We're looking forward to building on that 25 that we have in.
Well, I will tell you this, when I spoke to your team in March at your kickoff in Boston, you guys are where the future is. And everybody else is trying to get there. We're seeing more and more of the other OEMs getting in the inkjet. We see some of our Kia Sarah's been doing over the last few years. So, I think the more they get in it, the better it is for awareness. You've got the track record. You've got the products. I wish you all the best of luck. And I will tell you this, my friends, if you haven't been to Print United, you need to go next year. It's amazing technology. Even the stuff that's outside of our industry. When you look at inkjet technology and what it can do, I mean, they're doing a car wrap right outside the RISO booth here at another booth. Really amazing time. And everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.